Hello, citizens of Gotham. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching The Political Vigilante. Oh. What's going on during COVID? Capitalism is being exposed, specifically the meat industry. We're modern slaves, how meat plant workers became the new front line in a COVID-19 war. Workers interviewed by The Guardian describe pattern of alleged negligence at plants run by some of America's largest food manufacturers. What COVID-19 has done specifically to the meat industry is shown how unsafe their conditions were before this pandemic, how they're not paid good wages, how the big, Tyson Foods and these big companies, big agricultural companies, they don't treat their workers well. It's awful. Another reason I'm a vegetarian, kids. Get the vegan guns going. This is horrific. Because here's what's happened during this pandemic. News of the first COVID-19 death at the Tyson Food poultry plant in Camilla, Southwest Georgia, spread slowly. Yeah, a woman died there. Williams had worked alongside Willis in the deboning section of the plant. She died on April 1st, age 56. She had spent 35 years at the facility, 5 days a week, 10 hours a day, 100,000 slaughtered chickens a shift. Another reason I'm a vegetarian. The link to this whole article is in the show notes. Read the whole article through, but I just want to show you. This is just one woman who died. She was afraid to get fired. They weren't taking care of her. They weren't giving hazard pay. They were paying less than $15 an hour. Awful. Like, we've heard about this. So many workers are like, I was afraid to lose my job, so I went in there, and it's unsafe, and there's COVID was spreading around. 56 years old. I'm 50. She's only 6 years older than me. In interviews with poultry workers in Georgia, Arkansas, and Mississippi, a similar pattern of alleged negligence, secrecy, and mismanagement emerged at facilities operated by some of the biggest food manufacturers in America. They are playing with our food supply. This is dangerous. But this is brutal capitalism. There's a pandemic going around that's taking people's lives. Shut up and go to work. That's what they're saying. But at least the federal government came in and took, oh no, they didn't. They just passed nickel and dime stimulus plan, both parties. Both parties. The Democrats make these, AOC gives these big speeches, and Bernie these big speeches about the evil Republicans. They signed off on it. The Senate signed it 96-0. No one voted against it, including Bernie Sanders, Kamala Harris, and Elizabeth Warren, and a bunch of other Republican shitheads. So make no mistake. Both parties, and even the fake progressives within the bullshit Democratic Party, they're all at the behest of these corporations. We should have free health care. Free health care. But this is the problem in a for-profit healthcare system, especially then when you get your health care through your job. You don't want to make waves at your job, even if they're putting your life at risk, because you don't want to lose your health insurance. How insane is this system? I hear right-wingers like, oh, evil, this country's going to be turned into a socialist nightmare. Oh, as opposed to the capitalist nightmare we're in? Boy, it would be so horrific if this woman had free health care from Medicare for All and was given $2,000 a month in UBI to stay home. It'd be so horrific if this socialist nightmare actually took care of her and she didn't have to die. The poultry industry, already the target of sweeping civil lawsuit. Pre-pandemic, already doing awful shit. Gee, Graham, why don't you eat meat? I can't figure it out. I don't know. I'm a crazy hippie. This right here. Describing a systematic effort to depress wages among a workforce that is largely immigrants or people of color. Once again, big evil corporations taking advantage of poor people, immigrants, people of color, working class people. You're a working class person, barely getting by, of any ethnicity, The big corporations are going to, they don't give a shit about you. They don't care about you. And whether you're Mitch McConnell or Nancy Pelosi or whatever Republican or Democrat represents you in the Congress and Senate, they don't give a shit about you. They'll give a speech around election time that they do. But when they get their money, I bet you a lot of these people, how many politicians get money from Tyson Foods? The president invoked the Defense Production Act, DPA, to mandate meat processing plants stay open during the pandemic. So, first we had the sweeping lawsuit before the pandemic, which put them in a tough spot because they won't pay their employees real wages. And you know Tyson Foods is making plenty of money. So they're making plenty of money, but typical in the capitalist society, they don't give a shit about the worker. Some of them were making $13.55 an hour to debone chickens, which sounds pretty horrifying. I used to eat meat all the time, and I worked on this sketch comedy show on MTV called Star 69. Maria Bamford's in it. It's on my YouTube channel. And we did this dating sketch where I was a guy that worked in a meat packing plant, and they put all this meat on me and gave me all this stuff. And I came home that day and was like, this is disgusting. And I was eating meat at that point. I was like, this is disgusting. And I stopped. And I started doing research on how meat's made. It's disgusting. Mad cow disease, it's disgusting. But then look at how they treat their employees. So they already had the civil lawsuits in place, were already happening. Then the pandemic comes. It ends up, thanks to Trump, helping out these corporations that don't give a shit about their workers. I thought Trump was supposed to make America great again by helping out the American worker. The American workers that Trump has helped out are those hardworking billionaires and CEOs. Boy, he's really helped those folks. The backbone of our economy. The backbone of the people that just extract our wealth. Your labor, their wealth. You bust your back, you bust your ass, you die for them, they made profits. Any CEOs die from COVID-19 because they had to work in an environment? Any CEOs have to go to work where there's COVID-19? Any billionaires? Are they essential workers? No, they stay back in their mansions and fly around in their private jets and tell you should stay home. The ones that are helping make them profit, you need to go to work. You work somewhere that I don't profit from, whatever the fuck. But you that works for my company, you better get your ass to work. And I don't give a shit if it kills you. I'll replace you because I need more billion dollars. The president, a rapist with ties to Epstein, is running against Joe Biden, another rapist with dementia with ties to Epstein. Great choices, the two parties. Boy, the lesser of two rapists. That's your choice in November. Both with ties to Epstein. Weird. The president invoked the Defense Production Act to mandate meat processing plants stay open during the pandemic. What those did, and other further measures to protect the industry from legal liability should more workers contract the virus. That was part of making them essential, is the big companies like Tyson got language in there saying we can't be sued because we're essential. Did you see how that worked? We're an essential worker. So now you're essential. You can't strike. You can't put lawsuits on us. Oh, convenient. Gee, we didn't know that. They never say that at the press briefings. When the corporate media, that Tyson Foods buys ad time on. You ever watch any of them? Fox, CNN, Tyson Foods, bringing good solid chicken to your table. They don't show a 56-year-old woman dying because they didn't give a shit if she got COVID or not. That's what happened. They didn't give a damn that this woman died. They issued some statement and, they're just worried. I guarantee the first thing that happened, the Tyson executives went, oh boy, this is going to be bad for us legally. They didn't go, Jesus Christ, a woman died? If I had somebody work for me die because I didn't do enough to protect them, I don't think I could get out of bed the next. I just don't think I could do it. I don't know. I would probably commit seppuku to regain my honor because that was horrible. I couldn't. Could you live with yourself? They don't give a shit. But thanks to the good old federal government, Trump, Pelosi, the Democrats, the Republicans, all fucking us over. You Trump supporters really need to get your head out of your ass and realize how awful he is. And the Democrats are just as bad. You vote any blow will do morons, think Joe Biden is better. You're stupid. You're dumb. These two parties hate you because these two parties don't need your vote. They don't need your $10 donation. They get plenty of money from the big corporations. That's who they answer to. They don't answer to you. The Republican and Democratic Party do not care what their constituents, what their individual donors. You write a $10 check, they don't care about you. You write a $10,000 or $100,000 check, they might start paying. They don't care. They don't care about you. The two parties only care about getting reelected and continuing the donation gravy train. They don't give a shit about you. You're a diehard Republican. The Republican Party doesn't give a shit about you. You're a vote any blue will do. The Democratic Party doesn't give a shit about you. They don't care at all. This is what they think of you. And rather than admit fault and go, oh my God, this is awful that this happened. We're going to give this woman's family a bunch of money. We're sorry. We're going to make it safe. This is never going to happen again at Tyson Foods. Ever. This is awful. Can you imagine if a CEO came forward and talked that way? This happened on my watch. I'm responsible. I'm ashamed. I should have done more. This woman's family is going to get a bunch of money. I'm just going to give them money so they don't even have to. I'm going to give them $20 million. They're just getting that. I'm sorry. That way they don't even have to pay a lawyer a third of that. Just here's the money. We're sorry. And I'm going to do all these efforts. And by the way, all of our employees are getting more money now. They're getting hazard pay. That's not how they think. Because they're pieces of shit. They're soulless assholes. What have they been doing? Rather than supporting paying money for their employees, they've been taking out paid adverts in major U.S. newspapers, including the New York Times, to warn that recent closures of a handful of plants due to the virus could lead to limited supply of our products. So rather than admit fault and doing something to correct it, they spend money on ads to keep Americans scared. If I have to watch one more, we're all in this together from some big corporation, hey fucksticks, how about take that money that you spent on the TV commercials and give it to your goddamn employees? How about that? How about give them hazard pay and health care? How about that? Goddamn. Oh, limited supply of our products. Good. Go vegetarian. Stop eating meat. Don't support these awful companies. For Tara Williams, who has worked on the Camilla plant on an overnight shift as a packing scanner for the past 5 years, earning $13.55 an hour, Trump's executive order and her company's adverts were another blow to her fight for workers' rights. See how they've used this? Pandemic. You got no rights now. You're an essential worker. Shut up. Chris Smalls sets up a strike because he doesn't want to die for Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos has him fired. At least the VP at Amazon stepped down. That guy finally grew a fucking soul for a second. I don't know, maybe he's a weasel too, but he had at least enough stones to say this is wrong. Tyson poultry workers are now being offered a $500 bonus to continue working. Is $500 worth your life? Is your life worth $500? That's what Tyson just put a value on it. That one woman died. So now it's worth $500. That'll be paid twice. Oh, I'm sorry, $1,000. Your life is worth $1,000 according to Tyson Foods. Hope that chicken tastes great. Once in May and once in July, and are contingent upon work attendance. So you want that $1,000 bonus, you better show up to work and put your life on the line. Wow. That's amazing. I tell you what, when the CEOs show up to work, let the CEOs show up. And I don't know, maybe we'll have N95 masks and maybe we won't. Maybe we'll have dividers or maybe we'll all... It's unbelievable. Because here's how they were treated during this pandemic. The employee who has worked at the plant inspecting chicken carcasses for 19 years, earning $13.33 an hour, said she still felt unsafe going to work every day. We're all given bathroom breaks at the same time, and there are hundreds of us waiting to use them. There are only 7 bathrooms, they said. Tyson, they don't care about the worker. They don't care if we get sick. So all that, you know, they release a statement, social distancing, and we care about our workers. No, they don't. This is the reality inside. They'll say something for the cameras and issue a statement. Some asshole in a suit will go, "We are Tyson." I hate those statements. I can't even read them. Our core values, shut the fuck. Your core value is squeezing as much money out of people and not giving a damn if they die. Just say that. Just say that's your core value. We don't care about our workers. I'm saying, you know, as long as I get a country club membership and a private jet, I don't give a damn if these people die. That's what the executive. That's what you should read anytime you read some like core values, blah blah blah. That's what you should just read. That's what they all say. For more than a century, the meatpacking industry has been a symbol of how corporations are able to exploit workers in the name of efficiency. The COVID-19 outbreak has opened another chapter. They arrested 680 undocumented workers, but none of the companies, which included the multi-billion-dollar Coke Foods, faced any charges over employment practices. Oh, yeah. So these big corporations that I'm sure many of them and their CEOs have donated to the Republican Party. So we need a border wall. But a border wall, then you can't have undocumented workers work for you. So they broke the law. We got to keep jobs for Americans. Americans cost too much money. We have to pay them $13.33 an hour. These undocumented, I can pay them $9 or $10. And if they die, who cares even more? An American dies, we might have some news story we have to deal with. Nah. That's their attitude. That's their attitude. The outbreak has thinned the line between consumers and workers, laying bare again the dangerous working conditions in plants. This time, I'm not sure packers can manage the situation and hide everything under the rug about how they treat workers. So there it is, folks. Some of you might be wondering, well, what's the solution? What is the solution to this? This is from Joshua for Congress. A company decided to stop paying its drivers, so one of them parked the truck on the owner's Ferrari and left it there. There's an interesting solution. I've been saying this for 2 months. Now is the time where the American worker has more leverage than they have ever had at any point in history. The last time they had this kind of leverage was in the 20s and 30s. Now is the time. Unionize Tyson Foods. Unionize meat packers. Unionize. Walk out. Because you really want to risk your life for maybe getting $1,000? There's a Ferrari, probably $150,000, $200,000 car. This guy couldn't get paid, but the owner can drive a Ferrari. He said, fuck you. Shave your knuckles for justice. General strike. Peaceful nonviolent resistance. That's what it's going to take. That truck thing, that wasn't violence. That was just a parking problem. You're making Gotham great again. Hey everybody, like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell notification button and the subscribe button, even if you've done it before, because they're unsubscribing, many of you, every day. Watch the ads all the way through. If you click skip ad, I don't get paid. Also, support us at patreon.com/GrahamElwood or rockfin.com/GrahamElwood. Rockfin.com is a blockchain cryptocurrency platform. All my videos are on Rockfin ad-free. Thanks for watching.